I should have just listened to my first mind and just was like, let me just take my ass back home.
Oh, them girls finna hate, all you do is inspire. I can't get you out of my mind. Saying stop playing, girl, you out of line.
What's goody Tolly team? It's your girl Tolly Tots in the building, and y'all already show coming to y'all with a crazy ass story time. I was debating if I should tell this story time, but it was a little minute ago, so I feel like it's right for me to tell it, and I haven't talked to the person in the longest time, so it is what it is. We spilling the tea today. So without further ado, if you're not subscribed to this channel, definitely subscribe and push that post notification bell. And on top of that, girl, so skincare products, bundles, all that, the whole website is on 50% off because we are relaunching, so everything on the website must go. It must go along and fly along to the birds. So check out the website, Cosmetics. It'll be in the description box below. And without further ado, we're about to get straight into this video. Hopefully you do not see this video, but it is what it is if you do. So we're gonna name this guy Finger. Y'all gonna know why his name is Finger. So me and Finger, we met on Instagram. I was in my request DMs and I was just checking to see, you know, my messages, and I came across him and he looked pretty cool. Like, he looked pretty cool. He like a regular guy. He was cute. He had a small following and shit like that. He looked like a working guy. He texted me and was like, hey, with hard eyes. And I said, hi. H-I. Hi. You can't be all joke with these guys. You gotta play hard to get. You get what I'm saying?
No, nigga.
So I sent them hi. So he was like,
how you doing? How are you? Where you from? What's your mommy name? What's your dad name?
Like, all that basic talk to get to know each other. I hate that stage. That stage is so annoying. Finally, we skipped past the whole introduction part, and we got to the little juicy part, like actually getting to know each other, goals, and little stuff like that that actually interests me. I found out he was a cool guy. Like, we was vibing, the messages, he was cool, and then we exchanged numbers and we started FaceTiming. We was talking to each other for about a month before we actually met up. So we're gonna skip fast forward to when we met up. I forgot to mention this, he was older than me. He was 28 years old and I was 19 at the time. That's when he was trying to take me out, so he was like,
yo, I've been trying to take you out. I wanted to take you out the first 2 weeks that we was talking, but I just wanted you to feel comfortable with me.
And this and that, the third, and I'm like, yeah, sure. He was like, I'm trying to take you out to dinner, and I was like, where are you trying to take me to? And he was like, well, where you want to go? I don't like when guys ask me that because I don't want you to surprise me. If you're trying to wine and dine me, you should try to surprise me with some fancy shit. Like, I shouldn't tell you what to do or where you should take a girl to. So I was like, no, you pick the place. I'm trying to see where your head at when it comes to me. And he was like, well, I'll take you to KFC. Who? KFC is disgusting. If he would have said Popeyes, I would have been like, all right, cool, shit. You offered to take me there, not Popeyes, but anywho. So I was like, are you serious? Are you dead ass? Because if that's what you think of me, you might as well just like get out of my life at that point. But he was like, no, I'm playing. I just wanted to see what you was gonna say. Nah, nigga, you probably really was going to. You thought I was a cheap date, huh? Even though I do like burgers and fries. Get the hell out of my goddamn face. You was serious. If I was to say hell yeah, you would have been like, let's go. Anyway, we got past that conversation. He was like, you want me to pick you up? I was like, you got a car? Even though I knew he had a car because he took a picture in front of his car. I was like, a car? You picking me up in a car? I was actually feeling myself a little bit like, damn. I don't really attract guys with cars, but this guy got a car, so that means I'm leveling up in life at this point. So I texted him back and was like, yeah, you can pick me up. Keep in mind, I lived with my mom at the time. I did not want nobody to pull up at my mom's house or even know where I stayed at. So I assumed the location where my closest gas station was. Straight to date night. We were supposed to meet up at like 6, and I left at like 5:50 to walk to the gas station because the gas station is like a 10-minute walk. So I was walking to the gas station and like, you know, my kitten heels, like looking cute with my dress on, just walking. I'm mad that my camera did not record this part, but anyway, I arrived to the gas station and sat on the bench. Finger arrived like 5 minutes later. I wasn't waiting for long. So when he pulled up in his little Honda and pulled down that window and looked at me and was like,
Like, bring that ass on, shorty.
so you know what I did? I brought my ass onto that car, and I was extremely awkward. It was like weird, because I'm like, dang, even though, sorry, my phone is about to die. Even though we was talking for about a month, it was still weird because, you know, we don't really know how we really act in real life towards each other. And then we finally arrived to the place. Now, when we arrived to the place, he parked, and when I was about to grab my door to open it, he was like, no, I got that. And ran out the car and opened up my door. Like, you wasn't as Joe to open up my door when I arrived. Now you want to be Joe to open up the door because we at the restaurant. Don't keep that same energy. So he opened up my door and I stood up and I realized Bull catfished me with his height. I know I'm tall. I'm 5'10", but he literally told me he was 6 foot. He didn't have to lie about his height like that. Like, he was literally 5'8", 5'7" and a half. Like, he was around that height. But, you know, I looked past that because he was cute and he had a nice personality. Like, we was really vibing, so I looked past that. So now back to the story. Fast forward to the end of the day, we talking, and the waitress pulled up and was like, 1 check, right? So I looked at him and was like, he looked at me and was like, and looked at the waitress and said, 2 checks. I was like, he was like, it's like, no, 1 check. Now, y'all, don't get me wrong. I don't care about females paying for the dates and shit like that. But if it's the first date, the guy should always pay for the first date. After that, y'all should take turns. You see what I'm saying? So now that the date ended, we went back to the car. He opened up the door. I sat in. And I'm thinking, like, I want to take my ass home. Like, I'm tired. I can't be around one person for too long. My ass be ready to go. He got in the car and he was like, what you trying to do now? I said, oh, I thought you was gonna drop me back off. He was like, no, we can do something else. You want to come back to my crib? I said, oh, slow your roll. Even though you paid for my meal, we're not doing that. He was like, nah, chill. We don't gotta do none of that. I just want to just chill and talk to you more. I like being in your presence. Talking that talk. Like, he talking that talk. He talking that juicy talk. That talk to get into your panties talk. That's the type of talk he was talking. I knew what he was trying to do. I'm like, no, I don't get down like that. I don't really, nah, you can just take me back home. He was like, yo, come on. Like, he's persuading me. I'm like, damn. Why you gotta be so cute? Like, So I agreed eventually. I should have just listened to my first mind and just was like, let me just take my ass back home. I should have. Gosh. We went back to his place, and his place was pretty nice. Really clean, very bachelor style. He didn't really have no furniture in there. I sat on the couch and he was like, you want something to drink? I said, no, I'm good. Nah, nigga, I'm not gonna drink nothing that you give me. Cause at the end of the day, you still a stranger to me. You might put something in my drink and try to, no, I'm not drinking nothing from you. I sat on the couch, literally at the end. I was all the way at the end. And he came over, he had his glass in his hand, he sat down. So he's right here. He's right here, and I'm right here. Chilling on my phone. Scared as hell. He was like, what you trying to watch? I was like, oh, we can just watch, I don't know, put on something. So he went to Hulu. He put on Catfish. I think he was trying to say that I was a catfish or some shit, but it is what it is. So he put on Catfish. We was watching the episode, the Bow Wow episode, where the girl thought she was talking to Bow Wow and shit, and it really wasn't him. We was watching that episode. And he looked over to me and was like, why are you so far? I was like, he was like, yo, come here. This is him and this is me. Oh damn, sit your ass up. And he just looking at me like, and he looked back at the TV. We watching TV, he put his arm around my neck, and he was like, yo, you got something on your chin. That corny line, I knew when he said that, I already knew what he was about to do. But he said, you got something on your chin. And he did this. And he was like, and I was like, I'm about to demonstrate you how this was. This is finger, right? And this is me. I gave in on the third kiss, y'all. I gave in and we was kissing. He was like, and I was like, and then he was like, he got the bottom lip. He got my bottom lip and was like, that's what we was doing. We was taking turns. To let you guys know, he tried to put the tongue in my mouth. I was not trying to have that shit. I was like, no tongue. Every time he was like, I was like closing the hell out of my mouth. Like, nah, you not letting that tongue up in this little sucker right here. We was kissing, and you know how stuff turns. He put his hands into my in the thigh. Alright, and he was like, he gripped that shit. He gripped it good. And it started to become waterfalls. When he gripped it like that, I was like, whoa, let me stop. He whispered in the air and was like, what's up? And I was like, what you mean, what's up? You know, I gotta put the sexy voice on, like, what's up? What you mean, what's up? Like, he was like, he was like, what's up? I was like, I gave him, that's the look that I gave him, like I want you to do something, but I don't really want you to do something because I'm scared. He whispered back into my ear and was like, can I pick you up? I was like, oh, sure. You can do that if you want. Like, you can pick my tall ass up with your little ass, sure. I want to see you try. I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. He picked me up, was like damn near, I could have walked. I could have. My legs was dripping, baby. My legs was dripping. So he picked me up, he took me to the bedroom, he put me on the bed. He put me down gently. Like, he didn't like throw me. He was like a baby. Now this is me. He was like, you know, just going down, going down, going down. And then he went back up and kissed me. And he was like, this your first time, right? And I said, yeah. He was like, well, I'm gonna take good care of you. I looked at him and was like, all right, I'm gonna put your word to it. You feel me? So he grabbed my hands to help him take off his shirt. So I was like, woo! He helped me take off mine. He was like, woo! He stood up and he took off his pants and he left his drawers on. We went back on the bed, and at this point, he hovering over me. How can I demonstrate this? He was like this. He turned his back leg and put it to the side of the bed and did this and had his ass in my face. He put his pants down. So I'm like, it was a silent. I'm like, hold on. Are you serious? I'm just like, I'm getting back into the moment because it's like, whoa, what the hell did I get myself into? Be careful, baby. You can't be being clumsy like that. He looked at me and was like, I'm looking at him like, you want to wrap this shit up? Like, what you want to do? He was like,
My gut and my heart is telling me that I just like did this too fast and I didn't know what I was doing.
My heart was pounding. I was scared. I'm like, how the hell do you get out of this situation? Like, I'm at this guy's house. I don't know what would happen if I try to leave. So I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, I had to get my life together real quick. So I put my finger up in that ass. And he was coaching me through the way. He was like, yeah, like, go this way, go that way. And I only had one finger in there, but when I had it in there, I guess my finger wasn't long enough. So he said, I put your middle finger in there. So I'm putting my middle finger in there, and he was liking it. And now that I think about it, one of my close friends told me that it's a G spot in a man's booty area. I didn't know that. So I think that's why he wanted me to do that. But at the time I didn't know. I'm like, yo, this is something weird. This is weird. But I guess it's normal to do that. And surprisingly, his butt didn't stink. We did it for like 10 minutes. Wasn't too long. I think I was pretty good at it. I thought I seemed like I was a pro. Like he was going at it. He was like, oh. You know, like it was like something real slight. But yeah, I was natural with the shits. You feel me? We haven't talked since that night. For real. That was a night that I will never forget. And I know it was a night that he would never forget because he enjoyed my presence. He did tell me though, before you know, we got up and left, because I didn't spend the night. He dropped me off at the gas station that night. He did tell me, like, you know, keep this between us. It is between the you two, me and him now. Yeah, so when he dropped me off at the gas station, it was nighttime. It was like 11:30ish, 12ish. I'm walking back in the dark. Mind you, I told you the 10-minute walk from the gas station to my house. And at that time, it was no street light. It was like one street light. So a bitch was scared. I was scared as hell walking. And so that was the story of my first. I can say that I lost my V card that night. I didn't lose my V card. I lost my finger card. I lost my purity. You know, I lost everything at that night. I lost it. So that was it. That was all. If you guys like this video, definitely give this video a huge thumbs up. Like, comment, share, all that goody stuff. Subscribe to the channel. Push the post notification bell button. And yeah, y'all. It's your girl Totally Tati. And we is out this piece. And y'all, don't do something that y'all want to do. Don't, because that can change your whole life. But that's it, y'all.